What's up, everybody? David from Proto Flippers. Today I just want to kind of go over how we did for this year. So if you don't know me, I am David. I am a full-time seller on eBay. My wife has joined me about a year and a half ago. So this is our first full year together doing this full time, and I'm going to kind of go over our numbers and show you exactly how much we made this year for our first full year of doing it together. So the first few months of 2020 that we had done, or the last few months of 2020, which was her first few months of joining us, we kind of were finding our way and didn't really grow our listings too much. She was kind of learning things, and anyway, I feel like once we got into this first few months of this year, we kind of gained some traction and got going and really started increasing our listings, and so it turned out to be a pretty good year. So anyway, without any further ado, I'm going to show you my spreadsheet, and I'll just kind of talk to you as I show you my spreadsheet and go over how we did for 2022. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. This is my spreadsheet that I've been maintaining for about 6 years or so. You can see that the numbers go back to the start of 2016. You can see my growth throughout the years. 20,000 in 2016, 36,000, 73,000, 115,000. Last year in 2020 we did 171,000, and this year our total came to 208,000. This is gross sales. So, and that is just for eBay. You can see the little smaller amounts we did on Amazon, Poshmark, and selling locally. Amazon and Poshmark, we really have quit doing any work. You can see Poshmark has really tapered off. We did okay that first month because we still had quite a few listings. We haven't been putting anything on there except for maybe like a few bicycle helmets that you can no longer, used ones that you can no longer put on eBay. I think we have 12 listings left on Poshmark, so wouldn't expect. In fact, December we did 0 in sales, so not too surprising there. But anyway, back to eBay, which is our focus. 208,000. We had set a goal for this year to hit 200,000 in sales, and happy to say that we hit that. I would say that we hit that having to list a lot more than we thought we would. Um, I think that I was thinking, last year that if we got to 2,500 listings, that we would be about where we wanted it to be, and maybe wouldn't have to go any higher than that. I no longer think that. It kind of goes that I think as you grow, especially if you're trying to grow quickly, that maybe you don't experience the same amount of sales per 100 listings or so, I should say. So anyway, we are still selling, having about a 25% sell-through rate per month. And I will show you this other tab that will show you that where our listings were at the start of December, 2658, and that's about where we are now, slightly higher. We did hit 2700 and we've dropped back down, so we'll keep pushing. But at 2600, 2500 or so, I think we've, since even about 2200 back in August, we've been doing about 20,000 a month. So if we can maintain that throughout the year, that will hit our goal for next year, and our goal would be 240,000 in sales. And then you can see here that we sold a total of 6,095 items for 2022, and our goal for that for next year will be 7,000 items. So that'll be quite a bit. It comes to about 20 items a day. I think we averaged like 16 point something per day for the entire year this year. You can see our average sale price here for the entire year is $34.14. So that's just a slight increase, like a 50-cent increase from the previous year. All these numbers here in gray are our previous years for 2020. You can see that we sold just over 5,000 items. So we had a 1,000 item increase in sales, and we grew from 171 to 208, which I don't remember what that is exactly, somewhere around 20%, I believe, increase in sales, which is great. But if you look at our listings at the start of the year, they were at 1,500, and at the end of the year is 2,600. That's a much greater increase than 20%. In fact, that's greater than 50% increase. So I know part of that was because we listed a lot of media type items. Like we were getting, I would say, cassette tapes or videotapes or DVDs in bulk, buying them bulk at the auction or different places and listing them, and a lot of those had a really low sell price, average sell price, and so that might be part of it, where our listings are high, but not all of them are great listings, and also our average selling price is lower. So that's why we see a bigger increase in our listings than we actually saw in our sales dollars. So anyway, this spreadsheet, this table here is just for eBay and just shows um, how many items we sold per month, the sales dollars totals for the month, the average sale price for the month, and then each month I go in here and I put in the starting listing so we can kind of watch that grow. The starting listing number on the first of the month, as well as the dollar amount. So you can see that we've gone from 45,000 to 76,000 in inventory that's listed. So that's really good. I want to see that keep growing at the end of, like, so if we can maintain this, even just not grow any more throughout the year, I think we could come pretty close to hitting our goal of 240,000 in sales. But we plan to keep on increasing. So I would expect, in the next few months we'll hit 3,000 in listings, and hopefully by fourth quarter we'll hit 3,500 listings, and maybe we'll end up hitting 250,000 or more in sales. So that's the goal. I think that's going to be difficult to do, to keep pushing those listings up with just Melissa and I, but maybe we have talked about and thought about hiring somebody to help us. So not sure how that'll look, but probably somebody just helping us with pictures and stuff. But anyway, that's that. If you do look, we do have some additional sales. We did have like almost 5,000 in local sales, but that's down from last year. I think last year we were almost twice that. And that mostly due to how we were sourcing this past year was more at the auctions and less at the thrift stores. And so I think in that manner, I find less stuff to sell locally. But I think we're going to shift that back this next year to doing more sourcing back at thrift stores again, because I enjoy that more. And it seems like we do fairly well. We get that stuff listed right away when we get it, rather than with auctions. We tend to get a whole truckload or 2 truckloads at a time, and a lot of it gets listed, but a lot of it just gets up piling up in our garage. So anyway, that is our numbers. 208,000 in sales for 2021. And as everybody always wants to know what our profit margin is on that, or how much of that is actually net profit. It'll be about half. I won't know until we actually get our taxes done and figure everything out, but it could be, I'm guessing it'll probably be a little bit less than half, maybe like just barely under half. So maybe, I think it'll be right around 100,000 would be our net, basically our net income from doing this. So if we can get to 240 next year, then maybe we'll bump our income up from 100 to 120 or something like that. That'd be nice. And maybe if hiring people goes well, then we'll really bump it up. But we will see how that goes. Anyway, that is a spreadsheet. That's pretty much what I want to show you. I love tracking my numbers. I can see that, these month-to-month numbers, you can see kind of dips and trends, and some slower in the summer months, and usually December is slightly slower than the 2 months before that. That's just normal for us because we don't sell a lot of new stuff. We mostly sell used stuff. So anyway, always interesting to see trends and analyze your numbers, and know sometimes that that's just the way it is seasonally, and not be thinking that you're doing something wrong or that eBay is just doing really bad. But basically the name of the game with eBay is just getting those listings higher so you can make more money. But anyway, that is our numbers. All right, so that's our numbers. I kind of just wanted to show you quickly how much we made this year, how well we did for our first year full-time as a couple. Quite a bit better than the previous year, I suppose. Like I said, it was 20-something% better. Back when I was doing this on my own, I was right around 100,000. So we've effectively doubled our sales with her being with us. Of course, there's a lot of expenses. Like I said, it will be about half of that will be our net income. I believe I spent about 40,000 on inventory. We may not deduct all that total amount, because we still have a lot of inventory left over that hasn't sold. Obviously, I think that we spent just over 40,000 in shipping, which is crazy expensive. That's going to be your biggest expense. We typically spend just a little bit more on shipping than we do on actual inventory. So, and then the other expenses aren't that much. I mean, the fees are significant, I suppose. Right around 12% or so with eBay. I believe that now that we're doing so many promoted listings, that we're probably inching closer to 15. So a little like 14.5% is what we end up paying in fees for eBay, on average or so. And so that's a big expense. Other than that, we just have packing supplies and stuff, which really aren't very significant compared to buying the inventory. the shipping charges that we have to pay, and the fees. So everything else is pretty insignificant. We will also get a deduction for mileage. So that, I don't remember what the amount is, maybe 58 cents a mile. I'm just guessing somewhere around there. I keep track of that on a mileage app on my phone. And then we also get a deduction for home office use of our home. I don't know, whatever that deduction is. So basically it's having a business in your home. You can deduct a percentage of your home expenses based on the percentage of the amount of square foot you're using for compared to the rest of your house. So we have like a 4,500 square foot house. We're using like 1,200 square feet in this basement exclusively for eBay. And so we will deduct a certain percentage, whatever that comes to. I don't really remember what it is, 20 something percent or something. So anyway, that's it. If you guys have any questions or comments for me about how we did it, or what we're looking at going forward, or anything, any questions you have, just leave them in the comments. I will get back to them. Please subscribe if you can, like if you want to. I'm really back and forth. I keep saying this all the time about wanting to do videos. It just takes so much time, and it takes away from our reselling, product productivity or whatever. And that's pretty crucial for us, is the reselling. It's our only income. So the amount of money I make off YouTube is next to nothing, because I don't put much effort into it, I suppose. But basically, that's how we're planning to make more money this year, is just by eliminating distractions, staying focused, and getting those listings up. So anyway, follow us on Instagram if you want. Pro Do Flippers there too. Hope this is helpful in seeing what can be done, possibly by two people working at home, doing this full time. We are not workaholics. We are not overachievers. I would say we rarely work over 40 hours. We often work less than 40 hours. We spend a lot of time doing other things like playing tennis and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully it was helpful and interesting to watch.